to the Massive Voodoo Cave. Today we have a special guest from the United States, from Reno, Nevada. His name is Caleb Wissenback, and it's that guy. We already have him on a frame on our wall of good memories, and we will have an interview with him just about in some seconds. And welcome to it, enjoy it. It's some nice, I would say, 15 questions or something. Enjoy it. Bye bye. Hello.
Hello world.
Welcome in the Massive Voodoo studio, in the Massive Voodoo Cave. We have a special guest today. It's Caleb Wissenback from the United States, from the US of A, and he's from Reno, Nevada. And we're painting, sitting here together, and we have some questions prepared for Caleb. But we keep it very natural, and we will just paint on and talk to each other. So everybody will be looking very busy, and maybe it's good so he can think a little bit more about the answers.
Okay.
All right, Caleb. First question from us.
All right.
We'd like to hear a little bit about you, like who you are. You run a painting studio, like Twisted Brushes.
Yeah, Twisted Brush Studios.
Yeah. So we'd just like to have a small introduction
My phone.
of your phone. Yeah. Now just about a little bit about the painting studio and what you offer, what you aim for with it.
Okay, well, like you said, I'm Caleb Wissenback. I'm from West Coast, United States.
West Coast is the best coast, huh?
Yeah, and I've been painting for about 5 years now.
Yeah.
Five years, yeah. Yeah, I run Twisted Brush Studios. I'm a small commission.
Okay.
I try not to do too much commissions. It's in my free time.
Okay.
So I don't know. I'm part of the WGC, the War Gamers Consortium. We run that mentors group, which is just a collection of kind of higher end painters, more accomplished painters.
Okay.
And they just work on a lot of like what you guys are doing, just sharing what they know, their experience and stuff like that with the painting community. They want to build the hobby community, make it bigger, especially in the United States. I'm also the director for Draconic Awards, which is a painting competition, Las Vegas Open, Kubla Khan, Bay Area Open. We'll be at Kingdom Con here in a couple, I think it's in like 2 months.
Okay. So you're pretty into the community work, what is going on. And
Yeah, we do all that, and then I teach classes at a lot of the different events, Adepticon, Nova Open, Las Vegas Open, different places like that. So yeah, I try to be pretty active in the painting community, trying to kind of pass on what I've been taught. That's how I learned, was painters like you guys.
Maybe
teaching classes.
That's a good transition to the third question. We skipped the second and do the second after that.
Yeah.
The third question we want to ask you is, tell us about the American painter community, because you're already like transitioning into that question. So,
excuse me. The American painter community, I think it's growing. I don't think it's at the level that the European painting community is at. I think it might be more marketed.
Okay.
It seems there's a lot of new companies, a lot of Kickstarter stuff like that, but it's exciting. There's a lot of people interested in painting, and it seems like it's growing and expanding.
That's good.
So there's definitely a lot of.
I mean, we know that America has a lot of gamers. Like you have so many gamers there. But speaking of the painting community, we actually aim for people who are more painting than gaming. So.
Well, that's the transition we're getting in America. Is a lot of the gamers are transitioning to painting.
Okay.
You start painting your army or stuff like that, and then they start getting more interested. There's so many classes, and all the classes seem to cycle around the gaming events. Okay. Adepticon started out as a gaming event, a tournament. Las Vegas Open is definitely a tournament. I think they had like 600, excuse me, 600 tournament players.
Mhm.
So that's where the transition's coming from. I think that's where most of the growth for the painting side is
Okay.
coming from gamers.
Okay. We can just ask now the second question.
I'm still curious because Caleb said he can paint and talk, but it's, but it's not that easy, I guess. No, don't worry. Don't feel under pressure. If you just want to talk and don't paint, decide it.
I talk with my hands a lot, so.
Yeah, I see that. It's the West Coast in you.
Twist your fingers. Okay, so what was the best show, event, or competition experience so far you had?
The best show or competition experience?
Yeah.
And my first games day was amazing. I started out painting, you know, I was just a local painter. I got into the hobby real late. Like I said, I've only been painting about 5 years. But one of the local painters, Bryce Kokenauer, he's a multi-Golden Demon winner.
Okay.
He took me to my first games day, and so I got to hang out with Todd Swanson and Chris Bohr, and you know, we went to dinner the night before Golden Demons, and I don't know, there's probably about 150 demons at the table.
Okay.
You know, between everybody, there was like 8 Slayer swords or something, you know. So that was pretty exciting, you know, to be my first time experience with the painting community. You get to hang out with all these big name painters. Other than that, I'd say that was my best. Adepticon's fun. Meeting you guys for the first time, met Crystal Brush.
That was fun, yeah.
That was a fun event. Sitting in on your class, especially your class. Alright, I'd say those two are like probably my most two memorable
Okay.
events that I've been to.
Okay. That's pretty cool. Nice memories.
Roman?
Yeah, it's me. What's the next question? 2 questions for you. I want to hear about your favorite brush and your favorite color.
My favorite brush and my favorite color. My favorite brush is the Sharfs.
Okay.
They're a U.S. company.
Mm-hmm.
They're based on the old Raphaels.
Okay.
I love the Raphaels. I mean, that's what I learned on. Matthew Fontaine, his class taught that with the 8404s, I think it was, or the 8408s. Yeah, the 8408s. But these are just a copy. I think they're a better quality brush.
Okay.
So that's definitely my favorite brush. My favorite paint, like one individual.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have to say Vallejo's Ivory. That seems to be a color that I use.
Yeah.
It's always on my palette. Vallejo Ivory. Yeah, that would be.
That's a cool color. Yeah. Ivory has so much power and so much options. That's really cool.
The poor elephants.
Yeah. The poor elephants. Yeah. Our next question. Raffa, or shall I? I don't know.
What are your personal goals, or what do you want to achieve with your personal painting style? Or for your personal painting style?
These are hard questions. I know. We know.
What are my goals with my personal painting style?
Mm-hmm.
I don't necessarily think I want a personal painting style. I think I want to have the ability to paint any model with how. I always say that models speak to you. They all need to be painted a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, I'm focused on non-metallic metals
Okay.
because I've always struggled with it. If you guys look at what I'm working on right now, there's a lot of non-metallic metals. I just want to have a good repertoire of techniques so that no matter what model it is, I can paint it.
Okay.
It doesn't need to necessarily be one style. I'd like to have a little Carol, a little Bang, you know,
So.
a little Roman, so I can just mix and match.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. What secret tip or hint would you pass to an absolute beginner who's just going into the hobby of miniature painting?
I'd say focus less on all the different techniques
Okay.
and learn brush control. You know, when I teach my blending class, it took a few classes before I finally realized it, but the biggest thing beginner painters need to learn is how to use a brush. A lot of them paint like, you know, like it's a regular paintbrush where they're using the point or something, and actually learning how to use the brushes, why brush design is so important, why everybody always talks about their favorite brush or something, and it's because of the function of the brush, how it works.
Yeah.
So I'd say focus less on techniques. Don't worry about learning the new hot technique, the two brush blending or loaded brush or whatever.
Or no look priming or something like that.
Yeah, learn loaded priming.
No look priming.
No look priming. Yeah, focus on learning how to use the brush.
Yeah.
Because all the techniques will come.
Yeah, that's a good thought.
Yep. How do you enjoy painting?
I love painting. It's such a relaxation for me. That's how I got into it. I use painting as my means of kind of calming down, kind of relaxing. I'm a little high-wired person, so I like it to just kind of relax, calm down, put on some music. I usually have to have music when I'm painting. Sometimes I'm singing along with it. It allows you to zone out and just kind of do your thing.
That's nice. Yeah, music is a very important point when it comes to painting. And sometimes it can really influence how you work, I think. Like
I would love to see him singing along while painting. I'm a material girl.
All right. So next question. Why did you say that Ben Comets can paint?
Why do I say that Ben Comets can paint?
Yeah.
His use of light. His use of light.
You need to
Why
say
did you
it
say
more
that
slow.
Ben Comets can't paint?
Why did I say he can't paint? Oh, I didn't know I said he can't paint.
No, that was a... Yeah, what's your opinion on what you said? You said Ben Comets can't paint.
I don't recall saying that.
No, I'm just kidding. That was a fun question. But
Okay.
It didn't explode like we wanted it to explode.
Oh, sorry.
No, because I pronounced it wrong in the beginning. Yeah. Okay.
Almost worked.
Almost worked. Yeah, Raffa.
Well, how many books has he put out?
Yeah,
Where's Roma's book?
Who's Ben?
Who's Ben?
Who's that Ben?
How many
Comics
books has he
guy?
painted?
Ben Mokets? What's his name?
All right.
Hello, Ben.
Sorry, guys, watch a video. It's an inside joke.
Yeah.
It's an inside joke.
So, in your opinion, what makes a good miniature project?
A good miniature project. One that forces a reaction, one that gets feeling. You know, if it's just a nicely blended piece, and that's great, but there's more to painting than just being able to put techniques together.
Yeah.
Telling a story, creating an action, eliciting some type of emotion. I think that's what makes a good piece.
Wonderful answer. Wonderful answer. Last question for us, for me, the other two are Raffa. What was your biggest fail so far in your painting career?
My biggest failure?
Like gluing something with super glue to your tongue, or?
No, gosh, I don't know, just look at my miniatures.
No.
I think the biggest failure was that barbarian that I did. I really was pushing that one, trying to go in some directions, and it didn't come out like I wanted. I think that's the one that most of my miniatures I'm pretty happy with, and I wouldn't want to repaint it. I think I want to repaint that one. The cloak came out great. I was really happy with that, but
There was this guy in the size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
me and Raffa talked about that
Yeah.
model and
Yeah.
shadows, use of shadows and carrying too far shadows up and down, and I don't know. I guess you lose focus when you start painting each piece. You lose that the global shape of the model. So, but it was good. I mean, it was a great learning experience.
So it wasn't really a fail, because I would say, I would never, if somebody asked me about my biggest failure, I would never say a figure itself, because a model that I've painted is always a model where I've learned something.
Yeah.
So it could, for me, myself, from my point of view, it couldn't be a model. It could just be like
you crushing your eye with something
Yeah.
flying around.
I was, for example, I was really close of losing eyesight because of doing stupid stuff. You see the big orc I got over there from Silvio Klein, the big one.
Uh-huh.
I had to pin him, and I used the drilling machine, and then he could dance on the drilling machine, because when you turn it slow, he was dancing. Raffa came up with a Dremel and the smaller bust, and then maybe we just placed the video inside this interview.
Maybe we had too much fun.
Then I was trying to remove the drill again, and it broke, and it was flying so close from my eyes, like really like with such a speed, and I was really close for losing my eye, and then I didn't wear any protection glasses, so that's where I think I wore protection glasses that day for 3 hours without doing anything dangerous.
Yeah.
That was my biggest fail, kind of, I would say, going blind.
So you don't have any
Happy
stupid
accidents.
moments.
Yeah, but even that is a learning experience. It let you know that you were complacent. You know, complacency is.
Today I
what
learned
causes
that
that
having
stuff.
eyes is really good.
But like you said, yeah, in anything you're passionate about, I don't think that you have failures. Like you said, it wouldn't be a failure because you're always going to grow from it. I suppose if you decide to quit painting,
Yeah.
then that would be a failure. But then I wouldn't be here
Yeah.
talking. So, you know, I guess you'd have to quit painting to actually fail.
That's cool.
Okay. So what was your biggest achievement?
Oh, my biggest achievement?
From your personal point of view.
From my personal point of view,
It doesn't need to be a prize or something. It can be just you tried some technique and it worked really well and you were like, wow, that's finally clicked, or I don't know.
I have to think about that. I don't know. The thing that stands out the most was winning that first demon. That was pretty big. That's one of the figures I'll keep. I'll always keep. I don't think I'll get rid of it because I put a lot into that figure. That was that was a lot of time. I bet you there's about 300 hours put into that model because it just kept refining, you know, pushing it as far as I could. Yeah, that figure would probably be my biggest accomplishment.
And the final question, why do you fly around the globe for mini painting?
Because it's free.
Okay.
No, it's a great community, the whole painting community, whether it's Europe, America. I haven't been to Asia or anything yet, but it's getting to hang out with all the painters. I mean, that's the biggest thing. That's better than any of the awards, any of the shows you go to, anything like that. It's actually the camaraderie that you have. That's what's so fun. You know, I talked about my favorite event, I guess you guys asked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I mentioned that Golden Demon, and it wasn't being at the Golden Demons, it was that dinner
Yeah.
the night before.
Being with the people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why you do it, is the friends you make, and then coming to this whole week's been great, getting to see all you guys.
So I really hope to see you in Monte San Savino this year. If you can make it, make it.
I'd like to. I
Yeah.
definitely would like to try. That sounds like an amazing event.
It is.
I don't know if I want to drink that spiced wine though.
Oh yeah.
There is no option. You have to.
That's what I heard. I heard get there early though. be the first one so that there wasn't 100 mouths on it.
Yeah, it's strange. Every time after this event, I'm getting sick. Every year.
Everybody's, I mean,
Strangely.
too many people drinking out of the same bottle. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that's it. Do you want to say anything to people watching this video, or?
I don't know. I guess I'm lucky I got to come here. If you get a chance to come, definitely come see these guys. This has been great. This is fun. Be here in the studio. Benny here. It's been great. All you guys. So, yeah. I'd say if you get a chance, come down and visit.
That's cool. So
Thank you.
thank you very much for the interview. I would say we paint on now until we're getting too hungry. And yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the interview with Caleb Wissenback. And bye bye.
See you soon.
We filmed like 20 minutes, now we will make the outtakes. The camera still runs. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey.
I really like the white, it's really super awesome to paint with that white.
That titanium
Yeah,
white.
it's really like crazy.
Yeah, I heard Tank Brown and Dark Sea Blue.
Yeah, I think I will use the tank brown.
Yeah, I wish I had known where you were going with the Ben comment. Could play around with. How many books has he sold?
That's super awesome.
I'm sure someone will understand the message.
Okay, these were the outtakes. I really filmed that. Alright. Now we're done with 25 minutes. That's perfect. And I think when I cut it, come on, switch.